Today's video is the start of a series of videos that will be every 2 months throughout this year, and it is in collaboration with Caroline, Mrs. M. I will put the link to her channel down below, and it's all to do with setting goals for the year. Now, this last year, 2024, hasn't been a very good year for me or my family for obvious reasons, and it really made me think about things that I've been doing that maybe could do with tweaking, or things that I want to do, or things that I want to stop doing. So the thought of setting some goals for the year sounds like a really good idea to me. This video is just an introduction to the goals that I'm going to set, and Caroline's doing exactly the same. But what's going to be different is we are going to give you an update every 2 months on the things we've done to move us towards our goals, tell you things that are working, things that aren't working, maybe show you some things that I've been doing. So maybe I'll take some footage of things I've done and add that into the updates video. So we will update throughout the year so you can see by the end of 2025 whether we actually achieved what we originally set out to do. Now, I'm not going to set any massive goals. They are just going to be small tweaks, small goals. I don't want to put a lot of pressure on myself, but they will be goals that I can work towards. So if you think you're like me and Caroline and you want to find some more balance, some more fulfillment, some more joy in life, then maybe you would like to follow along with us. Hopefully we can inspire each other and help each other achieve the things we want to achieve and have a happier life. I've split my goals into 6 different categories. I kind of thought about where I wanted to make some tweaks, and these 6 categories sounded like reasonable things that I wanted to have a look at. So the 6 categories are work and learning, health, finance and budget, family and social, travel and leisure, and home and personal. So let's start with the work and learning part. Now, the reason why I wanted to concentrate on this is I am a YouTuber and a blogger, and I've been trying to make a full-time income doing this probably for the last 18 months. I hit a bit of a bump in the road last year, but I want to try and get back on track with that. So what I want from YouTube and my blog is to make a full-time income, and it is a job where I can fit around my life rather than my life fitting around it. I really enjoy doing it, and I do think I can make some money doing this. I am already making a small amount, but I do think with some tweaks I really do think I can turn that into a full-time income. So what kind of things would I need to do, or what kind of things do I plan on doing to help move me towards that? The first thing I need to do is I need to create a proper work routine. I fell out of a work routine and I need to get back into it. So I need to create something that maybe has time blocks. So say, on a Monday between 1 and 3, I do admin work, or Tuesdays I just record videos. Wednesdays I just edit videos. Thursday I might keep for creating blog posts, and I can even split those down into further little time blocks. I need to set what time I'm going to start work and what time I'm going to finish work. If I can't avoid something that crops up where I need to move those, I need to work for a consistent amount of time that I would have normally worked for, if you see what I mean. So I need to set a proper work routine for myself to get into the habit of doing these things consistently. The next thing I need to do to work towards that is to create a content calendar, both for my YouTube and for my blog, because there is nothing worse than sitting down, say on a Monday morning, and think I have no idea what video I'm going to record, or I have no idea what blog post I'm going to write, and then kind of trying to come up with it just out of the top of your head. It doesn't work out well, the video doesn't get views, the blog post doesn't get views, and you think, why am I bothering with this? So a content calendar will really help me to keep on track. I'd like to do it for at least 1 month ahead, so if I can sit down and work out what videos or what topics I want to talk about, what blog posts I want to write for the next month, then at least I will have an idea of what I need to think about before I record the video or write the post. So the content calendar is key for me. Another part of the earning for YouTube and the blog is I started to create my own books on Amazon KDP. So that means I create the book, upload the file to Amazon, they print it, they send it out, and I get a portion of whatever it sells for. I have sold a few. What I would like to do in the future is learn how to promote those better, because at the moment I've only been relying on talking about it on my channels. I need to learn how to promote that in other ways properly, and I do have access to BookBolt, which is a website that has lots of tutorials on it showing you how to do exactly that, create books and put them on Amazon KDP, and also how to promote them. So all I need to do is actually watch the tutorials and learn more about it. So that is definitely on my list of things to do. Maybe at least once a week watch one of the tutorials, so it's moving me further towards selling more books on Amazon. And I would also like to create another 2 books in the next 2 months. The goal for the year is to create another, probably at least 1 book a month, so I have a whole catalogue of books that I can then promote. The more books you have, obviously the more you will earn, so that just makes sense. So learn more about promoting them and create some more. My next goals are all centred around health. Now, I'm not going to say I'm going on a diet, because I'm not. My main focus for this year, and I know I've said this before, I've got type 2 diabetes that I've had for about 14 years now, and it is not very well controlled. I'm on metformin and gliclazide to keep my blood sugar down, but my eating habits are way out of control, and I know my diabetes is not under control. Once every 6 months, I have to go to the GPs, and they take a blood test and test my HbA1c, and that gives them an idea of what my blood sugar levels have been like over the previous 8 weeks. So it's not something just done on a, this is what it was today. It is an average of what it has been. And I did manage to get it down slightly, but over the last 6 months, my eating habits have been terrible, and I know it has gone back up. I'm having health issues. I've mentioned before I have neuropathy in my feet. It's just not good. I'm going to the loo, 10 times a day. I'm tired a lot, and these are things that are all related to my type 2 diabetes. So that is my focus for my health goals this year, to get that HbA1c under control and keep it under control. It's no good just getting it under control for one blood test. It needs to be under control completely. So that is going to be my focus. So what I'm going to do to help me towards that, because my eating habits are out of control, I haven't been eating properly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start meal planning. So once a week on a Sunday, I'm going to go through the foods I've got in my freezers and in my cupboards, and I'm going to plan a meal, and then I can work out what I need to make those meals, and if I need to go shopping, I can go and get the food in. So that's number 1, I'm going to meal plan. The next thing I'm going to do, because eating low carb or no carbs is really good for people with type 2 diabetes. It really helps keep your blood sugars low. I'm going to have at least 1 meal a day where there's no carbs in it. So no bread, no pasta, no rice, no potatoes. So that is going to be a challenge for me. And obviously I will update you in 2 months, and probably I'll mention it in videos I do in between as well, how I'm coping with the eating. But I just wanted to do little steps, because if I say to myself I'm on a diet, I won't stick to it. So little steps, little changes. The other thing I want to try and do, because I do eat a lot of biscuits, if I buy a packet of biscuits, I'll eat the whole packet. If I buy a 6-pack of crisps, I will eat the whole lot. I'm really bad with cake. Whenever I'm feeling anxious or anything, I'll want cake. So what I'm going to try and do is limit the cakes, the biscuits, the chocolate, the crisps to 1 piece a week. So if I want chocolate, I will buy myself 1 small chocolate bar once a week. If I want Biscuits is probably not a good thing because you can't buy one biscuit, so I may try and avoid the biscuits altogether. If I want crisps, I will buy one small packet of crisps, because if I buy a 6-pack, I won't stick at one. It may cost more for the one small packet, but health-wise, it will be better for me in the long run. So I'm going to attempt to do that. As well as the food, I need to sort out the getting more active. In the summer, it's easy to go for lots of walks, but in the winter, it's harder to get yourself out there. I need to start getting out of the house and walking. I would like to do 5,000 steps a day. I'm not going to say 10,000 because I don't think that is doable for me at the moment, but I would like to do 5,000 steps per day. I've got a Fitbit, just need to start wearing it. Even if that is just walking up to the local shop, I don't have to go in and buy anything. I can come, turn around, come back, put my headphones in, listen to some music, just go out and get some fresh air and do a bit of walking. Warren often comes with us when we go walking. We'll go to the park. That will be really good for him as well. So 5,000 steps a day is the plan. I also want to start doing some kind of exercise that helps with joints and everything, because I do have a bit of osteoarthritis in my ankles and my wrists and most of my joints really. So I want to start doing Pilates once a week. I'm going to go for once a week. I probably won't go to a Pilates class, but there are tons of videos on YouTube that I can find where I can do Pilates. So we're going to try that once a week. The next goal is all around money, so finance and budget. We really struggled financially last year. We lost Warren's wage. My wage was hardly anything. It was only what I was getting from YouTube, and it really hit home to us that we needed to get our finances in order. I've already done some videos on how I've been trying to get that in order, the cash stuffing. I will put a link to those videos in the description box below if you haven't seen them and you want to go and have a look. So I don't want that situation that we faced last year with money to ever happen again. It really kind of gave me a slap in the face. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue with the cash envelope system that I've been using, because that is working for me. And I definitely want to build an emergency fund. The idea would be to build an emergency fund of at least £1,000 this year. I don't know how doable that is at the moment, what with my work and Warren not working at the moment. But we will see. That I may raise that if circumstances change. But at the moment, I would like to create an emergency fund of £1,000. At least it would be some sort of cushion if anything is needed. The goals for the YouTube channel and the blog will hopefully boost that income, so that will be good for the finances as well, and it will help me increase the things that I can save for, maybe some other things, as well as the emergency fund. And I also want to create something that I've heard other people talk about, and this is a death file. I don't know if I like the word death file. I may actually call it a life file, because I just thought, I have thought about this before, but it kind of again hit home more last year. What if anything happens? Because of Warren's illness, it wasn't so bad because it's me that takes care of, all the bills and everything, albeit that it hasn't been brilliant. But it's me that knows where everything is. I know where, all of the information is on everything we have to pay, all the, the house deeds, things like that. I know where they are. If anything happened to me, I think Warren would have struggled because he wouldn't know where anything is. So what I need to do is I need to set up one file that has all the important documents and information in there, so somebody could just pick it up and say, yeah, that's what we need to pay. This is who we need to talk to. These are account numbers. I really need to create that. So I'm going to start doing that this month, and obviously I'll keep you updated on how I go with that, because it is quite a big undertaking. It may take me longer than 2 months to do it. The next goals are around family and social, and I think you can often not remember to see your family and friends as much as maybe remember is not the right word. You don't see your family and friends as much as you would like to. And I think life sometimes does get in the way for everyone. and 3 months have gone by and you maybe haven't seen a friend that you should have seen. And it's all, you make appointments, or you make, arrangements to go out for lunch with someone, and then it comes to a couple of days before and you think, oh, I can't really be bothered, and you cancel it. So I want to work on that this year. I see my daughter quite a lot because I see the grandkids quite a lot. My son, I hadn't seen as much because of his work commitments and our commitments. It's not that we didn't want to see each other, we just didn't see him as often as we saw Nicola. But in the last 6 months I've saw them quite a lot. They have been a great bolster to me, my son and my daughter, in the last 6 months, and to Warren as well. So I do want to continue seeing family and friends a little bit more often in future. So what I'm going to do is, once a month I would like to have a family afternoon or a family night. We used to have games night with my son Simon and his wife Hayley a few times a year. I would like to start doing that again because it is really fun, and it means you get to see them. So I'm going to try and arrange 2 in the next 2 months and then see if we can keep that going. I would also like to have whole family get-togethers more often. It may not be possible to do that once a month, but maybe every 2 months to get the whole family together. So, Simon and Hayley, Nicola and Andrew, the grandkids, us, get them all together. And in the warmer weather, we could maybe have a day out at the park, or a picnic at the beach or something like that, just to get the family together more often. So hopefully we'll be able to do that at least once in the next 2 months and then keep it going throughout the year. We do have a couple of close friends that sometimes we only see them once a year. We've known them for maybe 25 years, but we only see them once a year, and we keep saying every time we see each other, we need to do this more often. So this year I would like to actually get some dates in the diary. I'm not always that busy, but I know my friends really, they've got lots of things going on. So I'd like to get at least 3 occasions in the diary this year where we actually, see them. So that is on my list as well. And the other thing under family and social is just between me and Warren. We used to do something called Anything Can Happen Wednesday. Now that's basically date night, and I think I actually got that from a series called The Big Bang Theory, where they had Anything Can Happen Thursday, which meant they could eat anything they wanted on a Thursday. Well, we have Anything Can Happen Wednesday, and we used to do something different every Wednesday night to get away from sitting in front of the telly and just vegetating. So it may have been something like we would go to the cinema. Yeah, again, we're still sitting in front of the telly, but at least we're getting out. It may be just going for a walk. We even sometimes went out to a local lighthouse and we would just sit in the car with a flask of coffee and chat and look out to sea, something like that. So it doesn't mean you have to spend money. If you wanted to go out for a meal, or you wanted to go bowling, or you wanted to do something, so I'm going to try and resurrect Anything Can Happen Wednesday. So every Wednesday we will try and do something that doesn't involve sitting in front of the TV. The next goals are all around travel and leisure. Now I highly doubt in 2025 we are going to get a holiday abroad. I just don't think it's on the cards. We haven't got the finances. Because of Warren's illness, I think travel insurance is going to be an absolute nightmare. So I highly doubt we're going to be doing that this year. But that doesn't mean that we can't go away. So what I'd like to do is organise some 1 or 2 night trips away. We're going to Scarborough for 2 nights soon, because we got a voucher for Christmas for the hotel we wanted to stay in. So we'll be doing that. So I could maybe organise that once every 2 months, a couple of nights away. It doesn't have to cost a fortune. And I would like to organise some day trips. There's lots of places in the northeast of England that I'd like to visit. Even if it's just a day trip to Hexham, which isn't far from us, it's about maybe 30 to 45 minutes drive. There's lots of things to see there. Sometimes being a tourist in the places where you live can be really interesting. You can find things out that you didn't know before. So I'd like to do that. Even going to a local art gallery, there's quite a few around that we haven't been to in years, so it would be nice just to go there. So just planning some day trips. There's actually something called Tanfield Railway up here that does afternoon tea as you go around on the old-fashioned steam train. I would really like to do that, and that's something you have to book up. So I'm going to look at what's available and I'm going to get that booked in. So I want to book some more day trips and some more 1 or 2 nights away in England. And also, the other thing that I wanted to do based around the travel and leisure and doing things with Warren is he is a metal detectorist. He's not a cold weather metal detectorist, I have to say. He just likes to do it in nice weather, and I can understand that. And we recently took Ashton, our grandson, to the beach and had a little bit of metal detecting on the beach, which was quite fun. Now Warren was going to some organised digs, and he will be going to those again this year. So I think I'm going to go with him on a couple of them. I know they're out for about 7 or 8 hours, but I thought if I take a deck chair and a book, if I get bored with the metal detecting, I can just sit and read the books. So that is something that to look at for later in the year. Maybe it's not in the next couple of months, but definitely something to put on the list. And the last category that I'm putting goals around is home and personal. I want to continue with the decluttering of my house because we have so much stuff, things that are stuffed in cupboards that we're never using, and it's just, why am I keeping it? So I want to continue with the decluttering and organising of things so my house can feel a little bit more streamlined. I don't have a huge house, so I want to make the most of the space that I've got. I also want to get my spare room sorted out. I've got 2 spare rooms. This was a bedroom, which I turned into my office, and I've got another spare room next door, which is, it's got a bed in it, it's got a wardrobe in it, because it was my son's bedroom, but it's kind of turned into a dumping ground. So what I would like is to kind of transform that room into a guest room where I would be happy if somebody was coming to stay and I say, oh, we've already got the room ready, rather than panicking and think, oh, what do I need to do to get this room sorted? I would like to sort that room into a proper guest room. So that is something that I'm going to start doing in the next 2 months. I'd also like to sort out for the year, I will need to do something with our garden. It's not a grass garden, it is, we've got decking, but it's looking very messy. The garden furniture is really old and falling to bits. So that's something I need to look at this year as well. And we also need to have a look at our bathroom. There are some things in there that need doing. I would love a new bathroom, but I don't think that's happening this year. But we could get a new bath panel, we could get a new toilet seat, we could get some new flooring. That's definitely on the cards for this year, but it's not probably something that I will start in the next 2 months. Around the personal goals, I do want to read more. I've enjoyed doing the book club, but I would like to read more than 1 book a month. So I've taken 12 books off my shelf, books that I've had on there for quite a while, and I've put those as my TBR, so to be read. 12 books, and I'm going to start working my way through those this year. I'd like to read at least 1 a month, as well as the book club book, so we'll see how we get on with that. I also do some scrapbooking and some journaling, and I haven't done very much scrapbooking. So the scrapbooking is where I use photos and kind of embellish around them. I haven't done very much of that lately, and I want to be more consistent with that. So it would be nice to do at least 1 scrapbook page a week, just so I can build at least one of my scrapbook albums up so it's finished. So that is a project that I will be starting straight away. And these personal things, the reading and the scrapbook and things like that, are to get me away from sitting watching the TV. I do feel like I did a video like this last January, but obviously because of the year that we had, it all went out the window. But yeah, I do need to just stop mindlessly watching any programs, rewatching things I've watched 4 times before. I need to do something else. So hopefully the reading and the scrapbooking and the Anything Can Happen Wednesdays will help stop do that. So it's all very well to set goals, but you need to keep accountable for them. And I'm hoping that doing the updates every 2 months and maybe chatting to Caroline in between as well is going to keep me accountable to these things. It's no good me coming back in 2 months' time and say, well, I've done nothing. I need to do something. I want to do them. So hopefully that will help keep me accountable. And maybe I'll start a journal for it. I think that might be a good idea because I can also use stickers in my journal. So, I love doing that. So keeping a journal to keep me on track with my goals probably be a good idea. So if you want to join us, setting some goals for the year, let me know what they are in the comments below so I can help keep you accountable. You can let me know on the comments when I do the update if you stuck to yours, and we can help each other that way. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and it will let you know when I put a new video up, so you know exactly when the update video goes up. But the goals are all just small steps. There's nothing major. I'm going to take it slow and steady and see if I can achieve them this year and hopefully inspire you to do the same. So now that you've watched my video, if you haven't watched Caroline's, go across and see what goals she set herself for the year as well. I know I'm looking forward to seeing what she's put. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.